Hey guys, this is Outdoor Soul 77 here, and I thought I would take a minute and show you one of the many different cook sets that I like to use. This is based mostly on the old military canteen and canteen pouch. This happens to be a knockoff pouch, although I do have some real ones. This is probably a condor or fox or something like that. As you notice, it's not any camouflage pattern. It's just olive green. And that's okay with me because for today, I don't need it to be as tough as nails. Just needed it to survive inside my pack. So I'm going to go ahead and break it open. I know there are a ton of other YouTube videos out there about this particular cook kit, and I'm just going to share mine. Bear with me, it's my first video, and so I'm going to share this with you and one tiny modification I've made to it. Okay, so to start out with, like I said, it's based on the military canteen, but parts of it are not. I already mentioned the pouch. The actual canteen itself is not a government issue canteen. This is made by Nalgene, and it's the exact same size and shape as the government issue canteen. The only difference being the plastic is a little bit softer and it's transparent. You can see through it and see how much water you've got in there. And there's no particular reason why I chose this. I saw it in the store, and it seemed like kind of a novel idea to have a Nalgene bottle shaped like a canteen, so I grabbed it. I guess in an emergency situation, if it was nighttime, maybe you could shine a light in it and make it a beacon or something. That would be kind of interesting. I picked this up at my local surplus store for about $10, which is about how much any other Nalgene branded bottles cost. Although there's other non-Nalgene brand bottles that cost less. But I thought it was a pretty good deal. I have this green one, and I also have a red one that I keep in my go bag in my car. The other piece of my set is, let's see if I can do this all with one hand. Your typical USGI canteen cup with the fold-out handles. This is an actual, real-life U.S. government-issue canteen cup used by a soldier somewhere. All of these burn marks all over it were there when I got it. So this is battle-tested, ready to go. You see that little square of sticky stuff there? That's where the price tag was, and I can't seem to scrub it off. But I don't care. It doesn't need to look pretty out here. So there's my canteen cup. Alright, one of the other parts of this cook system, as many of you who have ever seen one or used one are familiar with, this is a canteen stove. And again, there's the price tag. I picked this up at my local surplus store for, I think this was about $6 used. The canteen cup, I forgot to mention, also purchased used. I think I paid around $7 for that. And this is sort of the newer generation. This is not the old style ring type that just fits completely underneath the bottom of the cup and under the handles. This one is actually designed for you to put the fuel, either trioxane tablets or espit, down inside of it. And then you take your canteen cup to cook with and put it in there just like that, the opposite way. And you'll notice all along the sides there on the bottom, there's holes for oxygen to get in so your fuel can burn. And when you put it in there the opposite way, it holds it at a perfect distance up above the flame to be able to boil water for whatever you need to. Of course, when you're done, nest right inside of there, and then inside of your Canteen pouch. I mentioned I made just a slight modification to this whole setup in that I made myself a little cozy out of, you've probably seen a lot of the do-it-yourselfers making the cozies out of Reflectix. I have some Reflectix, but this is not Reflectix. This is actually cut out from a windshield sunshade that I found at the dollar store. It has the same properties as Reflectix, but it looks to be a little bit thinner, a little bit more cheaply made. But I chose it specifically because it was thinner, because I wanted everything to still be able to fit in the pouch. And so after I'm done boiling whatever I need to boil, I can take my handy Canteen cup, put it into my cozy, and it's insulated and it will keep everything nice and warm until I'm ready to eat it. One final note that I'd just like to share with you guys. Instead of using trioxane tablets or S-bit or something else as my fuel source, I've just got a small pop can stove, alcohol stove here that I made from a regular sized pop can. I think this was, I don't know what this was, some kind of sparkling water. But it's just a regular sized pop can, nothing special about it. There are literally tens of thousands of videos on YouTube about how to make these alcohol stoves. I think alcohol stoves are awesome because they're so easy to make and the fuel is so easy to get. And this is a regular sized can, but there are also people who've made them out of thinner cans like Red Bull, and larger cans like the Foster's cans or Monster Energy. This particular can happens to fit perfectly right down inside of there. And so when I light it, I can just set my Canteen cup right on top of it, just like that, or even the other way, just like that. And so it all works really well. The only drawback to this particular alcohol stove that I'm using is that it does not fit inside either of the two little pockets on either side of my Canteen pouch. So what I do is, when I'm carrying it, I keep it in a little grenade pouch here that I found. I think I might have got this on eBay even. I think it's a Condor, just cheap. Cost me about $2 or $3. This, by the way, is a USGI Molly 2 salt pack, and it's pretty awesome. And maybe one of these days I'll do a review on that too. So I'm going to go ahead and get a quick lunch going, and be right back. Okay, folks, so we've got her all fired up. Interesting thing about the alcohol stoves, which I'm sure a lot of you know, you can't really see the flame. Maybe you can barely see it in there. But she's going. The water's already starting to steam. I know when I've done boil tests at home, it takes about 3.5 to 4 minutes to boil a full cup, which I would guess is probably around 12 to 16 ounces. Out in the wild, though, usually takes a little bit longer because there tends to be wind or other factors, although it's heating up pretty good today. Once that gets boiling, I'm going to throw my lunch in there. I've got every outdoorsman's favorite lunch here. I've got a little top ramen, big surprise, picante beef flavor. Haven't had that before, so I thought I'd give it a try. I've got a little bit of beef jerky that I'm going to throw in there as well for a little protein. And then I've got about, I don't know, maybe an hour or so worth of hiking to do to get to camp tonight. And so we'll come back as soon as this comes to a boil, and I'll dump the food in there. Okay, guys, looks like we've caught it just a few seconds before it starts to become a rolling boil. Then go ahead and let the water heat up a little bit longer. That Canteen stove does a really nice job of directing the flame up and around the Canteen cup. So kind of using the whole surface. One thing that I know that I need to do is make myself a lid for this Canteen cup. Seen quite a few of those around on YouTube videos and so on and so forth. And I know having a lid will decrease my boil time. So that's something that I need to do. At the moment though, looks like we are at a full boil. So I'm going to go ahead and add my noodles. This delicious lunch I'm about to have. Okay, I have added my noodles, some pieces of beef jerky, and the little handy seasoning packet. Comes with all ramen noodles. And I'm going to let that kind of come back to a boil really quickly here, and then I will stick the cup in my cozy and give it a few minutes to finish cooking. Then lunch is served. Okay folks, we are back to a boil, looks like, so I'm going to take this off the flame, put it into my cozy. Very carefully, so as not to burn myself or any of the surrounding wildlife. And there you have it. And again, like I said, so that people don't totally flame me in the comments, I know I need to make a lid. If anybody has any ideas on making a lid, I'm all ears. I was just going to use some aluminum flashing or something and kind of cut it out to the right shape and, you know, all that good stuff. But it's just about time to eat. So, go ahead and eat up, and I will talk to you guys later. This is Outdoor Soul 77, signing off. Okay, everybody. Lunch is done. Lunch was delicious. Now, since lunch is done, I've rinsed my cup out, and I'm going to put everything away. And so I thought I would just film this so you guys can all see how everything fits together. Cozy, stove, and cup. And Canteen. It all fits into the Canteen pouch. And there you go. There's my cook kit. It gets dropped down into my bag here. And as I mentioned before, the alcohol stove fits perfectly inside this little frag grenade pouch that I found. And we're good to go.